Are you aware of yourself right now? Not of the video, not of your opinion of me, not of the room that you're in. Are you aware of yourself right now, in this moment? Not of your thoughts about what I'm saying. What is your sense of identity? Because what I'm asking is, are you aware of you, the one who is watching? People spend their whole life looking at the world, but almost never at the one who is looking. The first key begins with this practice. Observe yourself. That means not your thoughts, not your emotions, not your body. But this means observe the one who is aware of those things. That is the beginning of awakening. Self-observation is not thinking about yourself. It is not judging anything. It's not analyzing anything. And it's not trying to improve anything. That is something that a lot of people get stuck with self-observation. You're not trying to improve anything. You do not interfere with the reality that is happening. The point of self-observation is to learn. If you want to learn about a wild animal, for instance, you need to observe it very quietly, very still, no disturbance, no added noise. Self-observation is the simple act of seeing yourself here and now, in this moment. It is not complicated. Observe yourself as if you were watching someone else. When you're practicing that, when a thought appears, you see the mind thinking. Thought comes to the mind, you see it. And you also see that you are not thinking it. When an emotion arises, you feel it, but you don't become it. When the body moves and it reacts, you notice the reaction. You notice the movement, but you're not that. When this is experienced, something begins to separate inside you. There is the thing or the things happening and the one who is seeing it happen. That space, that gap, is the beginning of inner freedom. Because the ego can only control you when you are inside the reaction, when you are inside the observed things, which are not being observed. This happens when you forget to observe it. That is self-forgetting. But the moment you observe it, you are already becoming free from it. You don't fight the anger, you see it. You don't suppress the fear, you witness it. You don't become the thought, you watch it arrive and you watch it leave. Like an uninvited guest. But there's a reason that the guest arrived in the first place, because the ego lives through identification, believing you are this thought, or this emotion, or this belief. By grabbing onto thoughts and making you believe that you are that, That is how the ego lives. That's how it continues. And that's the reason why humanity is not free. But the moment you observe it, the moment you see it, you bring your conscious attention to it, it begins to lose power. As simple as that. Again, it's not complicated. The first step to awakening. Observe. People come to schools and teachers and they complain about a certain problem that they don't understand or that they cannot overcome. And as they are explaining the whole story to the teacher or to the school, they do not see in that moment that there is no space between observer and observed. That the attention, the consciousness has become trapped, has become identified within the story. They have complicated self-observation. Ask them, and probably some of them say, but I am practicing self-observation. They are not. Or they are, but not to a deep enough degree. So what we are communicating here is truer, deeper, more authentic self-observation that leads to the reality of seeing new things in life about ourselves. Really seeing the obstacles that are in the way to walking a totally new path within ourselves. The problem or the false belief or the presumption what people make is that we're trying to be perfect, we're trying to change so much. That is not the point in the beginning at all. None of that happens without this, without the ability to observe yourself. I've been a teacher in these things for many years and practiced myself. I can say I have made the mistake. Most students make this mistake, that they believe they are practicing self-observation, when in reality, it takes a lot of experience. It takes time to allow the awareness to sink deep enough to really see yourself, this person in your life, in your reality, without identification. People self-observe and say, I have this and I have that. They already are not observing. Because they said that I am this, I am that, I have this story. So the point here is not to be perfect. The point is just to simply wake up. Wake up again and again, inside the moment that you usually live unconsciously. So here's the first practice for the next few days. Whenever you remember, pause. Feel your body from within. Feel the energy of it. Notice your mind. Notice your emotions. And simply say inwardly, I am observing. Don't try to fix anything. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to be calm. Don't try to be spiritual. Just see. Even just 5 seconds of real observation is worth more than an hour, days of thinking about spirituality. If you can observe yourself, even just for a moment, you are no longer fully asleep. You are no longer just a reaction. You are becoming the one who sees. This is the first key. Everything else begins from here.